This video is sponsored by Skillshare. If you want to try out their affordable video service, use my link in the description. First 500 who uses it gets 2 months for free. Hello there, my name is Bo, and in today's video we are going to take a look at my top 3 synthesizers. In today's video I will go over my 3 favorite synths, and to make it a little bit more interesting I will actually talk about why it's a top pick for me, how it helps me be creative and make music, and also something negative or something problematic or a drawback with each of the synths. And here's a little sip of the coffee. The first synth on this list was actually overlooked when it was released, and it is the Novation Peak. This is an analog digital hybrid synth, so you have digital high-resolution oscillators. I don't even want to get into the technicalities of it because my small brain just explodes, but they are high-resolution oscillators, digital ones, and parts of the signal chain is analog. And all in all, it gives the synth a really interesting character. Why did I put the Novation Peak on this list? Well, I would say for me personally, it's the combination of really nice hands-on design, but also with a really deep mod matrix. There's just so much you can do with it. It also has FM, which is real cool, that you can use in various ways, and it just gives you a really wide sound palette that you can create with it. Now, how does the Novation Peak help me make music? Well, it really doesn't. I haven't used it much for my own music because I'm currently in the process of making patches for it, and if I get the time I hope to release a couple of patch collections with it. For music creation, however, I do think that the biggest strength of the Peak is the versatility. It's just one of those really nice, I hate to use this tired phrase, bread and butter synths, but it's just so versatile. You can do pretty much any type of sound. Having 8 voices is really nice. It means that you can do pretty much anything from bass to lead to pad sounds without any problem whatsoever. And it, of course, sounds really good. It was honestly quite hard to find something negative about it. I would say that the biggest problem with it is the price. When you go over 1,000 euros, there's just so much competition, and I'm not sure that everybody needs a synth with this level of complexity. It is definitely not my favorite beginner pick, for example, but for a more advanced user, it's actually a really nice, well-rounded synth. What kind of world would we be living in if we didn't have a Minilog in a BoBeats clickbaity top 3 synths video? Why am I putting the Minilog XD on this list so soon after it's been released? Well, it's because I really enjoyed the original Minilog. I had it in my original top 3 synths video that I released like 2 years ago, and I just feel that the Minilog XD is such a good upgrade, and they've added so many cool features, and one of them, which I feel makes it really unique, is this digital oscillator, the multi-engine, where you can actually load custom oscillators into it. And I know there's a ton out there already. You can import the ones that were made for the Prologue as well. And this just makes it a very interesting, affordable, versatile synth. And I think it's deserving of being on this list. how how does the Minilog and Minilog XD actually help me make music? Now, I haven't made much music with XD, I kind of just got it, but the original Minilog I've used in several tracks, I'll link some below. And I think the reason why I use the Minilog so much is because the design is so nice. Like, it's what you see is what you get. You just start tweaking and there's enough going on there that you can create some really impressive sounds. Let's talk about a negative. The Minilog and the Minilog XD only have 4 voices, and this can be limiting in a number of situations. Say you want to make a big pad sound, 4 voices will feel limiting to a lot of people. So I think if you really want something even more versatile, something where you won't feel the limits as soon as you might do on a Minilog XD, a Novation Peak could, for example, be the next step up, just to name one synth. And there are, of course, a few technical limitations. The envelope generator is just an AD, attack decay. The filter is fixed, and it's only a 16-step sequencer. So there are, of course, these kind of technical limitations to it, but I think it's a nice bang for the buck. No list video here on this channel is complete without an Elektron product. Now, I would have loved to put the Digitakt here as my favorite synth, but I think it's a little bit too much of a stretch, even though you can make synth sounds on it using samples as oscillators. So my favorite drum machine is actually the analog Rytm MK2. So why is the analog Rytm on my list? Well, it's simply because it's a super well-rounded drum machine. You have the ability to create pretty much any type of drum sound on it, the digital kind, and you can load your own samples, and with the Mark II unit you can also sample into it. Now, one negative is that it's only mono sampling into it, which is of course a little bit limiting. You have to get Octatrack if you want stereo sampling. Now, another negative about it is the fact that the pads are still not great. They work, they're better than the Mark I pads, but they're still not anywhere near something like a Machina or MPC. And I also want to bring up that there has been a lot of complaints on forums about the build quality of the analog Rytm MK2. So overheating issues and glitching pads, for example, the actual pads glitching out. But I do want to stress that I have no way of measuring how widespread these issues are. I even tried to replicate the overheating issue by running the unit on a very hot summer day, even using like a stand that was sort of adding enclosure to it, and I didn't have any overheating issues. I haven't had any pads that are glitching out. I don't really have any complaints about it, but I did want to bring it up so you guys know, and you can go and read on forums and Facebook groups if you want to and ask others about their experience. So how does the analog Rytm actually help me make music? Well, it's actually a really cool little groove box. I try and use it standalone as much as possible. I just love the kind of character I get out of it. Now, I haven't really released much that I've made on it, so take that for what it is, but I do think that it sounds really good, and I always feel like inspired when I sit down with it. So here's another little demo to showcase what I've done with it. So these are my 3 current favorites, but if you stick around till after a little word from my sponsor, I will give you my bonus pick, a little bonus synth that I really enjoy. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of different classes. For example, you can learn how to brew coffee, just like I do. And you can also learn about music production, mixing, mastering, yeah, all the good stuff. If you sign up for their premium membership, you get unlimited access to all the courses, and it's only $10 a month, so it's actually quite affordable. Now, I am not an Ableton Live user, and a lot of you guys have been nagging at me to learn more about it. Now, honestly, I'm still terrible, but Skillshare's course on this topic actually helped me quite a bit, so you can go check it out if you want to, and you can use my link in the description for 2 months for free. Now for my bonus pick, it's the Lyra 8 from Sonar Laboratory. This is built like a tank, and it's quite a remarkable little instrument, so let's listen to a little demo. The Lyra 8 is of course not your typical synth, I hope the demo showed that, but I really enjoy it. It's definitely like its own little instrument, and I've had a lot of fun exploring it. So if you want something really quirky, different, but that sounds kind of huge and has a very physical feel to its sound, I would recommend this. And because I was tired and sick when I recorded this video, I forgot to make an outro, so this is it. Thank you for being here. If you want to help me out, do become a patron over at patreon.com/BoBeats. Thank you.